So everybody is silent. Why?
Happens when you run a
Everybody.
program.
Okay, you are going. You are listening now. There is no issue. No? Okay, because it's a new one. No? Just I am asking again and again. Okay. So what happens when something run here? Okay. So whenever you run the program, actually, uh, I told you. Suppose if you run the program, already compiler will give the executable file. Only that executable file will be popped up from. Already I showed you that after compilation you will get one more file. Like if it is welcome.c, after compilation, output of compilation is welcome.exe. Okay. So whenever you run the program, actually welcome.c and welcome.exe both will be stored in both will be stored in ఎత్తి చెప్పినాను student welcome.c and welcome.exe both will be in the hard disk only. So whenever you want to run the program, the running is ultimately done by the CPU. So CPU needs to execute one by one instruction. So you అఖిలనా అఖిలనా ఎందుకు అఖిలకు పర్మిషన్ అడుగుతుంది ఎక్కడుంది ఇది వెయిటింగ్ లోపల వస్తలేదు వన్ మినిట్ okay 19 participants are joined, 5 participants are waiting in the lobby. Okay, okay. Admit. అక్కకి చెప్పు ఫోన్ చేసి అడ్మిట్ చేశాను చందు ఇందాక అక్కకి. Yes, ma'am. I think your problem solved. Some all of you waiting in the there, no? Actually. Okay, now let us start. Two participants in the waiting. Okay, I will admit these people also. Good strength today. 26 members came. Very good. Good evening to all. Somebody is waiting. Let's wait for about 1 2 minutes. After that, I will start because people are coming now. No, no. Now they. I admitted. Actually, they are waiting without permission. Also, they can come. I don't know how they joined. Now, almost 6 to 7 people I admitted. Pratyusha, is there any other are not able to connect? Try them. Tell them to try again. Pratyusha, tell them to try again. Then they can. I will accept them. Okay, Chaitanya. Now she came. Okay, okay. We'll wait for the 2 3 minutes. People are coming now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's not connection problem because I am not admitted. That's what they got that problem. Now I am admitted. I hope still some people are coming. You just keep chat box, ma. They are waiting or something. I'll do it. No problem. Now I am sharing. Yes. So whenever you run, so actually I'll come from the beginning onwards temporarily. So first we see what is an operating system. It's a middleware between the user programs and system hardware. It sits between user programs like your C program, C++ program, MS Word, MS Excel, browser, and all comes under user program. User programs want to utilize the hardware, but the hardware directly it cannot utilize the hardware. In order to utilize the hardware or in order to make use of this hardware, we need in between the operating system. That's what it is called as a middleware or interface, whatever you say. And hardware is nothing but CPU, main memory, and IO devices. Yesterday somebody missed, just that's what I'm recopying. Don't get bored, others. So when you run a program, what happened in the background? Just compiler translates high-level programs into an executable. That's nothing but already I told you compiler will take input as a C.C file and one minute again somebody is lobbying it means I'm getting some. Oh, it's so disturbing. It's better if you join before only 10 minutes before it is better. I tell the madam you should give some gap. Otherwise, honestly, flow is going disturbed here. చందు ఇక్కడ మనకి వెయిటింగ్ ల్యాబ్ వస్తుందా పార్టిసిపెంట్లు వస్తుంది కదా nobody is in waiting. I think participant only it will show. Okay, there is no issue. So after this that exe contains actually what is the content of exe. Okay, CPU that is compiler is giving exe file, then what is the content of that exe file means simply instructions which are understandable to the machines. Understandable to the machine means machine is nothing but CPU. Instructions which can be understood by CPU. As well as that exe also contains data part of the program also, data of the program. So exe is the combination of instructions which can be understood by CPU and data which is required to run the program. Then instructions run on CPU. CPU also consists of few registers like PC, program counter, operands of instructions, and memory addresses. Okay. Then now we'll see actually what happens in the. So what happens when you run a program is whenever you run exe, already I told you that exe file as well as C file both will be in the um, hard disk only. So from hard disk, in order to execute, before execute, first exe file will be swapped into main memory. Main memory is nothing but RAM. It will be swapped into RAM. Exe is nothing but combination of two parts. Already I told you. Already I told you two parts. One is code and data. So both will be swapped. After swapping, CPU will start the PC initial program counter. Program counter with the first instruction of the code. Let us assume for already I told you memory is organized into the simply like boxes. First box is with the 0 address, second box is with the 1 address, 2 address, 3 address. Let us assume code is has a 40 instructions and it started from 30. 30 means 30 to 69 or something 70. So 30 will be initialized by the PC. Program counter will be initialized with the 30. Then 30 instruction will be read and that will be executed. Okay. After execution of 30, it will your PC counter will be every time incremented. Okay. So that incremented after incrementing this will goes to the second instruction. After incrementing, it will go to the second instruction like this third instruction. Meanwhile, it may need suppose first instruction, second instruction, third instruction may need some data. If it is printf, no need, or if it is some arithmetic or logical operations, it need data. So in that case, data part also it retrieve the from main memory to the registers. Here main memory to registers because registers are always kept in cache. It is easy to access. It don't take the time actually. In order to access from, let us assume actually I think you understood the memory is Memory is actually divided into three parts, like all hierarchy you see. One is secondary, primary, and this cache. So primary, secondary, in order to read from the secondary memory, it takes time. Okay, compared to the data which is in secondary memory, it takes, let us assume, 60 seconds. But the same data is resides in the primary memory, that is RAM. It takes only 30 seconds if it is in the RAM. Okay, let us assume same data is in the cache. It takes only 1 to 2 seconds. So that much fast CPU will access the cache or register. Register memory is very fast comparatively primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is fast comparatively secondary memory. That's what these swappings will be needed every time whenever you execute the program. Hard disk to RAM, RAM to registers, registers to back also. Here input will be taken, again output will be returned to the RAM. From RAM to hard disk also we'll write sometime. If it is database or file, we'll write it back also. Okay, not only temporary memory, sometimes we store our results, whatever the result. General programs you don't write, but files and database you will, yeah. So these are the things you should understand. Most recently used instructions and data are in CPU caches for the faster access. Okay, I think you understood this part totally, this picture. Okay, then we go to the next slide. So what does the OS do? Okay, why? I think you will understand what is swapping and why the swapping is needed. What happens you run the program and everything. But what is the purpose of OS? Where exactly OS fits in this execution? Where exactly OS fits in this execution? Program execution. Let us see. I told you now, there are many swaps from secondary memory to primary memory to registers and all. Okay. So who will manage all these memory management? You just type in the chat box. Who will manage all swapping from one memory to another memory? How it will be possible? Who will manage this? Who will manage all these swapping? Can you guess? Ramya, you unmute and tell me who manages all these swappings? Oh, everybody is very silent today. What happened, ma? Because this is new, you are feeling something. Yeah, ma. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You get, just tell the answer. Who will manage these swappings from primary to hard disk to primary, primary to registers, register to primary, primary to hard disk? Who will manage this all these?
CPU, ma'am.
CPU. It's not CPU. OS will manage this all. Okay. Are you getting my point? CPU will read and execute the execution, but memory management is not part of CPU. Are you getting my point now? This is called as a memory management. Memory management is perfectly part of operating system, not CPU. Okay. So OS manages program memory. Are you getting my point? So OS manages the program memory. Managing the memory means loads program executable code and data from disk to memory, memory to disk. This will be happened with the OS. OS manages CPU. Even OS manages CPU wonderfully. Not only memory, it is also manages CPU. It is also manages external devices. Already I told you now. Where exactly OS fits means OS fits between the user programs and hardware. Hardware is nothing but memory, CPU, and IO devices. We can call it as even external devices also. Okay. So here, I think memory management you understood. Memory management means just allocating the memory for the executable file, allocating the memory file for the code, allocating the memory for data. Don't think code and data is stored at same place like consecutive location. It may be stored at code may be stored at one place, data may be stored at one place. You have to remember all these points. Internally, it happens like that. It like code may be stored from 30 to 90, but data may be 10 means it may be 110 to 130 or something. Yesterday I have given the example, no? So like that it happens. This is about your and maintaining register to primary memory transfer, this is all called a register transfer, and all these are all possible from primary memory to, suppose let us assume I have a program, student database. Let us we designed a very nicely one form, like how I am taking the attendance, she like using the Google Forms I am taking the attendance now, like that only you can write the form in Java, you can write the form in Python, you can write it in PHP, or you can write it even in C++. Little difficult, but you can do it. So I designed a form, and I just when I designed a form, I'll compile it and I'll get the executable file. And one more thing you have to remember, whenever user develops some application, generally the developer won't keep the application with him. Generally he will develop the application for the clients. I think you understood. Okay, like Wipro or something, whatever the companies are there, they will develop the applications for someone. They will develop the applications for someone. These someone are called as clients. Someone are called as clients. So whenever they develop the applications for the clients, do you think will they provide both the source and the executable file, or they will provide only source or only executable to the clients? Tell me, just any of you unmute and tell, will they provide both the files or not? Yes or no? Even you can give the chat box also. Some of you unmute, ma. Shall I call with the name? Sirisha? Sirisha or Madhumita? Tell me, ma, Sirisha. Madhumita, nobody is giving answer. You are all sleeping mode, or you are in active mode? Okay, you are not in. Sirisha is saying not in sleeping mode. So tell me whether both that developer will, like Wipro company will provide both the source file as well as the executable file to the client, or they will provide. But tell me first, both will be given to the client or not? Somebody is laughing. Yeah, Akila is saying both files will be given to the. Oh, very good, very good. So you are intelligent. If both files, no beta, no Akila, both files cannot be given to the client. Only executable file will be given to the client. If they give both, what happens? There is no value for the developer. He can develop again. He can buy. He can he can sell that code to some other also. No, code is very important. We have to keep secret. Don't give code to others. Are you getting my point? Because you are developing like factorial of the program or something, you can share with your friends. But if it is in case of real time, you don't share your code. That is very serious crime in the companies. Don't share your modules or crimes, even modules or whatever the developed programs. You should not share with even your friends or something. Even with close relation also, you should not reveal. Only executable files will be given to the client. Code is very vital part of the companies. Are you getting my point now? Say yes or no. Yes, yes. So only executable will be given to the clients. Yeah, okay. So now coming to this, what OS will do means OS will manages the program. Manages the program in the sense three tasks actually broadly OS will do three tasks. One is managing the memory. Managing the memory in the sense, what is managing memory means? Just it manages from moving the information from hard disk to primary memory. Similarly, primary memory to the registers. Similarly, reverse also. Registers to primary memory and primary memory to the hard disk. Why I sorry, here only I went to that exe and all. Sorry, what happens here? If I develop some program like student only, attendance only you take. Attendance I have taken. Now I want to suppose I have developed a program instead of form. If you click on that exe, that will ask you what is your roll number, what is your, like however you written in the C++, it is asked what is your roll number, not in the form. Okay, then you will say your roll number is something, I said 60911 something, after this name and all. So if you read all these into variables, will it store in the primary memory or secondary memory? Can you tell me, any of you? Whatever the programs you are doing regularly, will it stores in the primary memory or will it stores in the hard disk? That's nothing but secondary memory.
Sorry, ma'am.
Yes, ma. Just tell. Ramya, you answered, I think.
Secondary memory, ma'am.
It will be stored in secondary memory. Okay, so I agree with you. So now today you have given the program like Fibonacci series or factorial. Today you executed. Tomorrow if you come, will you see the output again?
No, ma'am.
So then, what is
So
the
then,
what
what
is
is the
ex-
what is the
exact property of the secondary memory? What's the difference between primary memory and secondary memory? Some of you differentiate between these two. Yeah.
memory will be stored the result permanently, but secondary memory may not be store the data permanently, ma'am.
Ruchita, you are saying exactly opposite. What is secondary memory example? Tell me. What is secondary memory?
Pen drive, disk.
Hmm. Pen drive disk. Pen drive disk, will it store permanently or temporarily?
Permanently.
Permanently. Yeah. What you Ruchita? What you said? It stores temporarily. Okay. It's not all your secondary
No,
memory. Yeah. Yeah.
no, ma'am, I didn't say anything.
Okay. Okay. You are Ruchita only. You are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Nama. Okay, okay. So now all of you got the point. So what I am saying, secondary memory will permanently stores the information, whereas primary memory will stores temporarily. Only after execution also, if you see, it won't be available. But how can you do permanent? Suppose I have written a C++ program for collecting your information like your roll number, name, what are the marks came from in your 3 4 subjects. Now I have collected, but if I collected, but if it is in only stores in RAM or hard disk, if I collect by C++ program, I think recently you did that C++. Okay, tell me. If I write a program for the students using class only, you assume using class I have written like class student and yeah, somebody is saying RAM. Very good, very good. So it will store in only RAM. Munishwari also telling RAM. So RAM, it stores in the RAM, but do you need in real time the data should be stored in RAM or it should be stored in hard disk? Real time. Yes, yes, very good, very good, very good. Everybody is saying hot is very good. So when if I take attendance of you and it will store in RAM only, is it useful? Tomorrow also I have to show you today you are attended this class. Yesterday you didn't attend. I should have some proof how it is possible. If I store all your attendance records in the hard disk only, I can show you back. Otherwise it is not possible. I can track your attendance. How it is possible? Only if I store in the hard disk only it is possible, not it is in the RAM. Okay. So generally we cannot write directly to the hard disk. So generally what it happens, from RAM to again it will goes to the hard disk. Can you guess what is the way to write permanently to the hard disk through program? Any of you? Can you guess? How can we write using C++ program permanently all these collected data to the permanent storage like secondary storage like hard disk? How it is possible? Can you guess? Say yes or no. If you know, you can say yes. Otherwise, if no, just keep it in the chat box. No. Okay. We cannot do the. Okay. You don't have idea. Okay. Is it mean you don't have idea? It is not possible. You are saying. Tell me, is it possible or not? Possible, not possible. You tell. Can we store? No idea. Very good. Very good. Super. So very good. So you people don't have ideas. Can I reveal the secret? It is possible. Akila is saying very good. Very good, Akila. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Madhumita is saying ma'am. Okay. So Akila, do you know how can we store it permanently? You say yes, it is possible. Yeah, Munishwari is saying it is creating by creating file. Exactly, claps to Munishwari and Akila both. They identified there is some way to whatever the records we have stored in RAM can be possible to move to the hard disk. Very good, ma. Very good. So yes, yes, yes. And next, if you go with this, one more thing you have to understand. So now you understand. That is called as the if you write the or if you collect the information using the classes, but you have to whatever the objects are created, that objects will be stored in RAM, not in hard disk. How can you transfer the objects to the hard disk? Means that is called as the object serialization. That is called as the object serialization. Okay, are you getting my point? Yeah, that is called as the object serialization. So using object serialization, it is possible. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So this is called as object serialization. Then coming to object serialization, sorry, where we are actually, we are how OS will manage the memory. It needs all these in real time. That's what I am giving all good examples, whether it happens or not. So now you understand how. Yeah, this is a very big topic. Actually, it is a unit in your syllabus. Actually, memory management is a unit in syllabus. There are so many troubles. Can you tell me what are the recording sizes? Can you compare the registers and RAM? That is nothing but primary memory and secondary memory. Any one of you say the greater than less than symbol like this. You say register greater than like this. Otherwise, catchy greater than whatever it is. Three compare all the three, or you can tell unmute and tell. Compare all these three regarding size with regards to size. Keep it in chat box now. So no responses. Somebody unmute and tell me with regards to size. Tell me which one is big, which one is bigger, which one is otherwise small, smaller, smallest. Tell me which one is small in size. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody is saying register catchy. I think, madam, which is small or big register and catchy?
RAM is, I think so, big memory, ma'am.
Which one? RAM. So somebody is saying catchy. The meeting will end of all participants in 5 minutes. I don't know why. If it even it ends also no problem. You can continue again. I will start and we'll continue. Don't worry, okay, ma. It's showing that message. I don't know why. If it ends, you don't worry. Again, I will start and you will join. You can join. There is no issue with the same meeting ID only. All of a sudden, it may happen within 5 minutes. So somebody is telling very nicely like registers less than RAM less than hard disk. That means registers are small in size comparatively RAM. RAM is small in size comparatively hard disk. Have you heard what is the maximum size of RAM? Can you heard what is your computer RAM size and hard disk size? Any of you tell what is the hard disk size you heard? Somebody is chatting. What you just keep it in. Yeah, 4 GB for what ma RAM. Okay, very good. RAM 4 GB. Exactly. What about hard disk? Generally, we heard 4 GB RAM. Very good. Next, for hard disk, even tell me your pen drives. Generally, you will hear about pen drives, na? How will you say pen drive size? It's not bytes. GB only, not bytes is very small. Very small. Okay, GB okay. For both we'll use GB only. 2 GB. Okay, sometimes 16 GB. Very good. 16 GB. Nowadays 2 GB is not coming. All pen drives more than 16 only. 16 is minimum. But RAM is 4 GB maximum. Yes, 16 GB, 32 GB, 64 GB. If you go for the hard disk, what is the size of hard disk? It may available in terabytes also. Okay, 1 TB, 3 TB like this it will come. Even it is in terabytes, your hard disk will come in terabytes. It's more size. So now here problem comes. Why I am telling all these means OS now it plays very important role, because here registers are only you don't believe, actually registers are only byte, 1 byte, 1 byte or 2 bytes. What is the size of register means 1 byte or 2 byte, whereas RAM is like 4 GB, as you said, 4 GB, 2 GB. Sometimes 2 GB is outdated, 4 GB is in minimum now. Then coming to the hard disk, it is like terabytes. Now we have to map these memory into these small memory. Mapping these memory into this small memory is very big task. So OS plays very important role in this concept. Actually, it maps. This is called as a, we can call it as a physical addresses and virtual addresses. Even hard disk also organized in the form of box type of memories. Let us assume small example, hard disk is 100 bytes, RAM is 10 bytes, okay, and register is 1 byte. So how many memory locations, if you organize each and every location as a 1 byte, how many memory locations will you have in the hard disk? Tell me, any of you. Hard disk, how many locations are possible? How many locations are possible in hard disk? 100. Very good, Maruchita. Very good. 100. How many locations in the RAM? Yes, 10. Very good. In register? Only one. Very good, Ruchita. Claps for Ruchita. Very nice answer. And then also very good. So now problem comes here. Actually, your RAM is only 10